Hey, second grade, Miss Crawl. It's great to see you all back, and I hope you're ready to learn. So today we're going to work on possessive nouns as well as contractions. So remember, a possessive noun is a noun that shows possession, right? So the cat's toy. The toy belongs to the cat. It's the cat's toy. Miss Crawl's pen. The pen belongs to Miss Crawl. And the way we show possession is by having that apostrophe S. Now, sometimes when we see that apostrophe, though, in a sentence, we might automatically assume that it's showing possession. But sometimes it's contractions. So remember, contractions are when we take two words and we squish them together. And we use an apostrophe to represent the words that we took out. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. So here we have the cat's food. Here, it's showing possession. The food belongs to the cat's food. We have to put an apostrophe S. Next, we have the teacher's book. The book belongs to the teacher. The teacher's book, apostrophe S. Dad's shoes. The shoes belong to Dad, Dad's shoes. But if we look down at this sentence, the beagle's tail doesn't wiggle. So you can see the tail belongs to the beagle, so that's possession, but that doesn't show possession. Wiggle doesn't belong to doesn't. Doesn't stands for does not. But do you see how what we did was we put does not together. We took out that O and put an apostrophe to represent that. So the beagle's tail does not wiggle. So you need to make sure that you pay attention. I know that we've been practicing with possessive nouns a lot, so you might see that apostrophe and automatically assume that that's what it is. But we need to investigate further and look into it to see that if it's a contraction or if it's showing possession. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit more practice with this. So it says, read each sentence, choose the answer that has the same meaning as the underlined words in the sentence. So it says, the family of the moose eats seeds. So the moose, or the family belongs to the moose, so it's the moose's family. So showing possession, apostrophe S, family.
Good job.
Next we have, she will take the test today. So she will, we're going to make it a contraction, she'll take the test today. So how do we do that? We have S-H-E, and then we're going to combine it with W-I-L-L. Which one shows that? Well, I see apostrophe S, that would show possession. She will is not going to have possession. There's a D, but there is no D in will. Ooh, two L's. I see two L's, and then a T. I don't see a T. So she'll is S-H-E, apostrophe, because that's replacing the W-I, and then the L in will. She'll take the test today.
Fantastic.
The bowl of the dog is empty. So the bowl belongs to the dog, so it's the dog's bowl. How do we show that? Apostrophe S on dogs, the dog's bowl.
Good job.
Sophie could not take a nap. So is could not going to show possession, or is it going to be a contraction? Well, could not is going to be a contraction. So we need to make couldn't. So we need to think about which one of these would be couldn't. Well, that is just putting them together. This, we wouldn't be replacing anything, and that's what that apostrophe does. This one, C-O-U-L-D-N, and then the apostrophe replaces the O-T. That could be a possibility, but we need to make sure to look at our last option. C-O-U-L-D, apostrophe. Well, we didn't replace anything there. It goes right to the end, so that's not it. So we have C-O-U-L-D-N, apostrophe is replacing that O that we took out, and then T. Couldn't, could not. Sophie couldn't take a nap.
Great job.
The dog is chewing the sandal that belongs to Jim. So is the sandal that belongs to Jim showing possession, or is going to be a contraction? Well, it's showing possession. The sandal that belongs to Jim, or Jim's sandal. So how do we show it? Jim's and then apostrophe S. Jim, apostrophe S, sandal. Jim's sandal.
Fantastic.
We are not going shopping tomorrow. We are not going shopping tomorrow. Is are not going to be possession or a contraction? So it's going to be a contraction. So we need to see which one would be are not, aren't. A-R-E. Pause. Nope, we're not replacing anything. Goes right into that N. A-R-E-N, apostrophe, replacing that O and then a T. I think that might be it. But we need to make sure to go through the other options. Are not just smushed together into one. A-R, okay. The apostrophe replacing the E. N, oh, but where's the O? If there's not an apostrophe there to replace that. So, A-R-E-N, apostrophe is replacing that O, and then our T. We aren't going shopping tomorrow.
Great job.
The tail that belongs to the cat is fluffy. Well, is tail that belongs to the cat possession or a contraction? Well, that's possession. The cat belongs to the tail, or the tail that belongs to the cat, so it's the cat's tail. If the tail belongs to the cat, it's the cat's tail. So we show that by having cat, adding that apostrophe S, and then tail, cat's tail.
Fantastic.
Emma should not wake the baby. Should not. Is that going to show possession or a contraction? Well, it's going to show a contraction. So how do we combine should not? Well, let's look down here. We have should, and then an apostrophe, and T. Well, we need that apostrophe where that O is missing, so that's not correct. S-H-O-U-L apostrophe. Nope, again, that apostrophe needs to be where we have the letters missing. Letter or letters missing. Should not, all crammed in one. So S-H-O-U-L-D-N, we're missing that O, so that apostrophe's there, and then our T. Emma shouldn't wake the baby.
Good job.
All right, I'm going to challenge you to try this one. The cry of the baby woke Mom. The cry of the baby. So, first question for you. Is this possession or a contraction? Shout it out. Yeah, so it's possession, right? The cry of the baby. How would we write that correctly? The what woke Mom? I want you to go ahead and look through our options and yell it out. The baby's cry, right? The cry belongs to the baby. We show that by having baby and then apostrophe S, cry, baby's cry.
Great job.
Please do not shut the door. Please do not shut the door. All right, first question is do not. Going to show possession or a contraction? Shout it out. Yeah, do not is going to become don't, a contraction. How do you think it should be written? I want you to go ahead and look at our options, and I want you to get your finger out and pretend point. Don't actually touch your screen, but get as close as you can and point to your answer. Which one do you think is correct for don't? So you should have pointed to this one. D-O-N, that O's missing, and not, so we have our apostrophe there, and then our T. Don't. Please don't shut the door.
Excellent work.
A chirp of the bird is a pretty sound. A chirp of the bird. All right, chirp of the bird. Is that a contraction or gonna show possession? Yell it out. Yeah, so it's going to show possession. The chirp belongs to the bird. So how would we write that? Again, I want you to take a moment. If you need to pause me while you think about it, go ahead and do that and pick your answer. Pretend point to it. Which one's going to show possession for chirp of the bird or the what? So you should have picked a bird's chirp. The chirp belongs to the bird. We show it by having that apostrophe S. Bird's chirp.
Good job.
They are not going to the park. They are not going to the park. They are. Is that going to show possession or be a contraction? Yell it out. Yeah, so that should be a contraction. How would we combine they are appropriately? Again, if you need to pause me while you think about it and point to your answer, please do so. Otherwise, go ahead and point to your answer. They are. Which one is correct? So you should have pointed to THEY apostrophe RE because that apostrophe is standing for that A that is missing. They're not going to the park.
Excellent.
All right, friends, this is going to be our last one. Sam was not happy when the team lost. Is was not going to show possession or become a contraction? Yell it out. Yeah, it's going to be a contraction. How would we put was not together? If you need to pause me while you think about it, please do so. And point to your answer. You should have pointed to this one right here. Sam wasn't happy. WASN, our O's missing, so we put that apostrophe there to show that, and then our T.
Excellent work.
All right, second grade, as she said, excellent work. So today we talked about possession as well as contractions. So remember, contractions are when we put two words together. In the letter or letters that are missing, we use that apostrophe to show that. And possession is when we show belonging, right? Miss Crawl's pen. This pen belongs to me. And we show that by adding that apostrophe S. All right, second grade, nice job, and I will see you next time.